Good morning. Or whenever you watch this video, of course, but it's morning for me. Probably around 5:45 a.m. I'm on the road. And I got inspired by the weirdest places. YouTube will inspire you in the weirdest ways, but got inspired. Josh, what's up, my brother? Brother Brad. But either way, I was watching somebody's video that don't even like me and they inspired me, but here we go. So back in 1999, things you people may not know about me is I used to like to rave. And if you don't know what a rave is, it's where you listen to techno music and you wear Jenko jeans and have your glow sticks and you're all break dancing, all that stuff. I was even in a couple breakdance competitions. I never won because I wasn't really good enough, but I entered them. I was never scared to enter. But I used to go to raves. And one of the cool things about living in Florida that I'm really glad I got to do, as my kids won't get to experience this, but in Florida on the weekends, if you want to party, you can watch the sunrise, in Daytona Beach. And then you can just drive across the state real quick, spend a whole day in Tampa doing whatever, and then watch the sunset. Or, which you could do that while because we used to, elsewhere, 50, good morning, we used to, a whole bunch of us, 8 or 9 of us, 2 or 3 car loads, we would rent a hotel room on each side of the coast for one night and one for the other night. Yeah, party on, Wayne, exactly. Hey, Andrew. And we would all pitch in together so we could get a good hotel room, you know what I'm saying? No cheap Holiday Inn. If you want to watch the sunrise from your hotel room while you're partying, doing stuff that, if you're not in a hotel room, you might end up going to jail or whatever. We were raving, we were partying. You want good hotel rooms, They don't mess with rich people, so we'd get sometimes up to $1,000 hotel rooms, but that's because up to 15 or 20 of us would stay in this hotel room and everybody would pitch in $50 and we'd be sleeping all over floors or not sleeping at all, just using the hotel room as our party zone after the club. But we did that many years, couple years, at least 98, 99, 2000, couple 3 years in a row of party on Wayne, party on Garth type life. Yeah, exactly. I did end up growing up. Yeah, you see that's a true face of disappointment. The face of an old man. No, but back to my story. It is story time, and I did get inspired. So we were at this hotel room, partying in Daytona, so we could, it was like Friday night. So we raved in Friday, in Daytona, all the clubs down the strip or whatever, got a really good hotel room. So after the club in the hotel room, we could watch the sunrise, and then we'd all just crash in the hotel room, right? And wake up at noon, or 2. No one would get much sleep. but cash in that hotel room sometimes. It all depends on how much raving you were doing, I guess. But then we'd all wake up and we'd be like, all right, it's Saturday. Saturday night is Tampa. We're going to hit Ybor City, which Ybor City is this whole strip of just party town on the weekends. They close the street so people can walk down it, no cars. It's just like Bourbon Street, but Tampa. Ask Tampa J, he knows. But so we did our Friday night, and then we went to Tampa, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like one of those, which we did all the partying in Ybor City, but we would drive to the hotel room in Tampa so we could be right on the beach, watch the sunset when we get there, whatever. Because we'd rent each hotel room for a day or two. And I was drinking lots of Surge back then. And I think we were staying at like the Sheraton or whatever, and we were on a, close to the, whatever, 8th or 9th floor, close to the penthouse, with a living room, and a kitchen, and there's like 15 of us, you know what I mean? It was probably $1,000 hotel room, no doubt. I never was the one with the credit card, but I always pitched in and stayed. We'll click our own party, which I'm still those some days, so that's life. Either way, back to the story. I did get inspired for this live stream to tell my one, and like hang out upper. But we stayed at the second hotel room, and we was at a rave club, okay? We were not at a rap club. We did not go see Two Live. But like I said, we got expensive hotel rooms, you know what I mean? Well, whoever was at Two Live Crews in their band or whatever, I wasn't even a big fan of Two Live Crew. That's what I thought was really cool about this story. I knew who they were. I was listening to rave music and Korn and Pink Floyd and, Grateful Dead and all that kind of rock and roll, groovy jazz. I wasn't too much into Two Live Crew. But one of them from the band passed somebody in our crew, my buddy Jay, and he was like Ghostface, or I don't know what his name is, but he's one of the Two Live Crew members, and he's like, ain't you the dude from Two Live Crew? Because we had a very diverse clique, And dude was like, yeah, well, what's up? He's like, hey man, we're partying down here, you should come hang out. Lots of cool party activities. Yeah, I don't want to get too deep, but you guys know what I'm saying. There was lots of activities. Lots of party on Wayne, party on Garth activities. So that dude comes down, he introduces him. I think he liked the fact that none of us were big, like, Two Live Crew fans, so he could just, like, hang out and be a normal Joe. Well, we're all hanging out, and he's like, hey, man, y'all ought to come check out our crib, Because by then, there was, like 5 or 6 of us awake. Still just BSing, hanging out, whatever. And we're like, okay, We go up to that penthouse. These dudes got PlayStations and girls in bikinis, just like a rap video. Way more activities going on. Like we had some party activities. Well, they had Two Live Crew, way more. A table full of activities. And he was like, yeah, get everything ready. We'll hang out on the rooftop. And me and, 4 or 5, I think there was like 5 of us from our group, which, like I said, by then everybody had passed out. So it was just a couple of us hardcores that didn't sleep much on the weekend, hanging out with all of the members at that point, because we was just hanging out with one, but at that point we were hanging out with all of the members of 2 Live Crew, me and my crew. All their girls are passed out on their couches and in their rooms all throughout their house, on top of the roof of a penthouse in Tampa. And it was cool because I didn't I wasn't like a super fan, so it was just like a whole bunch of dudes hanging out in the 90s, with extra activities, nightcaps, so to speak. And, that's basically my 2 Live Crew story. I never got to see them again. I never really did get into their music, but I did get to hang out with them and play on their Nintendo 64 and play on their PlayStation and see their half-naked women in their bikinis on the luxury couches in the penthouse. Because like I said, we had a good suite that was a good 3-bedroom living room type, probably $1,000 hotel room a night, but that's because we like to go in parties and we'd all pitch in, and the one guy with the good credit card, and we were all pretty reasonable. We always got away with it because we didn't sit there and trash our hotel rooms. We just get trashed in our hotel. Oh, that was the funniest. I should end it right there. That was so funny. That's a little MFJ's past before I met Mary and she straightened up and made me fly right. And, it might help explain why I'm a little bit of a wackadoodle. I partied with 2 Live Crew. You know what I'm saying? After you party with changes. Man, traffic's been moving slow today. Not that I'm in a rush. I'm early. Yeah, Brother Brad, hanging out with me for some coffee. Where's my coffee? No, I'm crossing the bridge just before Rosa L. Parks on 65, and I just went over the Cumberland. I'm looking at the poop plant. Here, I'll flip it around. My dirty windshield because of the salty roads. But people on this channel, they don't like the driving videos where you're looking at the road, which I still like them and I'm still going to make them, but they're on the Funnel Cake channel. I try to appease some of my audience, I guess. I don't know. Although, for all I know, I could be on the Fun channel and I just forgot to switch accounts. Shoot. At this point, I don't know. I always buffer right there. Like Brother Brad does them too from the old V-Dub bus, man. They're some of my favorite driving videos because that's somewhere I don't get to drive. He takes you down Route 66 and stuff. You know what I mean? I like the driving videos. That's why I do them. I think it was Sunny Girl that said it. I don't want to quote her, but I think it was. She said, Mark, you're not making your videos for us. You're making them for you. Mark, you just let us share them with you. Hello, Nez. What did you knew it? Morning, Nez. Just to think there's treasure out in the world. Okay, Nez, you're late. And you'll most likely go back and rewatch it. But I'm going to give you a in summary. Because let's face it, that's who inspired me. That's who inspired me. Well, here's the in summary. Back in the 90s, society. I didn't even tell that part of the story, so that's new. Because 8 was great. But that's neither here nor there, a story for a different time. But we used to rent really expensive hotel rooms. And we'd watch the sunrise in Tampa and go to watch the sunrise clubs, Friday night. And then we'd watch the sunset in Tampa. I got to hang out with Two Live Crew because we rented expensive hotel rooms, and they were in the penthouse because they did expensive hotel rooms too. And they thought our idea was genius. Whole bunch of kids from the ghetto with one kid who's got a credit card renting a, $1,000 hotel room just so we could have a good place to party. Yo, Josh, what's up? But that's in summary. We would go from Daytona to Tampa, and one weekend we just happened to be in a hotel room with Two Live Crew, where they were in the penthouse. And then me and about 5 of my other friends got to hang out with Two Live Crew on the roof of that hotel room, and extracurricular activities as the sun came up. Because I used to party. Mary straightened me up in 2001. I straightened up and I flied right. I know it sounds crazy. But it might help explain, some of the wackadoodle that you guys don't understand. It might help explain. But that was the short in summary. You want the longer version of the story, you got to watch the rest of the video from the beginning. But I partied with Two Live Crew. Oh yeah, that's right. We was kicking it, playing Nintendo 64 and everything. I'm gonna hang out with Andrew one of these days, man. I need to hang out with Tennessee Eagle 3. I gotta start bugging him, I guess. I guess I'll just go bug him. I guess I'll just go bug him. Yeah, that's what kind of morning it was, Andrew. That's what kind of morning it was. It wasn't until I met Mary did I give up that lifestyle. But I did live that lifestyle, and it was fun. And that's a small little story. Got inspired by a dude who hates me. You gotta love that. I'm a Oklahoma Skogie. Hey, did you know you could go from one side of Oklahoma to the other without driving on a cement road? You might have to cross one, but you ain't gonna have to drive her. Yeah, sober is good. Sober is good, Andrew. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I was not sober in the 90s. Ever. Yeah, I remember you saying that a couple weeks ago. You've been doing real good. If you want a sober guy to hang out with and play some billiards, I've been wanting to play some billiards. We can meet up somewhere in town and play some billiards. Fun spot or something. Drink us some water. We can totally have some water. Play some one-handed billiards. It's easy to play when you're sober. Hey guys, look. Or darts, yeah, darts is good too. I can play some darts. I'm not as good at darts as you would think I would be because I got good aim, but I can't brag on my darts like I can my billiards. Now, being British, you would think, oh, that guy can play some darts. I can play darts, but I'm not gonna like have a slap bet against Josh with darts. Oh, Demonic showed up. What's up, play? Dude, Roland Orzaballs nails it out of the park. Man. Roland. Let me give some props. Okay, so, you know, Demonic, you don't seem like the type of guy who would go back and rewatch videos unless you're told to, so I'll just give you in summary. All right, I was inspired by a certain somebody who hates me. Okay? This morning, I told a story of me when I was young. Believe it or not, young whippersnapper. This guy with gray in his beard was also young in the 90s. And me and my friends, we used to rent expensive hotel rooms. And we used to like watching the sunrise in Daytona and the sunset in Tampa in like 9-story suites, $1,000 hotel rooms, but like 15 of us would all pitch in on it, you know what I mean? And one of those weekends, one of my friends seen a member of Two Live Crew in the hotel room in Tampa after we partied at Ybor City. You know, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. He says, ain't you the dude from Two Live Crew? Guy says, yeah. You should come hang out, party. We got all kinds of activities. He comes over to our hotel room. We hang out for an hour or so and party. Just before the sunrise, he goes, y'all got to come up to the roof, man. Come to check out our place. Because he finds out we're a bunch of hood rats who all pitched in on a good hotel room, you know. And we go up there and we party with the rest of Two Live Crew while all their, you know, like rap video in bikini girls all over the place sleeping. And we go party on the roof with Extract Sunrises and hang out with Two Live Crew. That's the short version. I did tell a longer version, but I do have to thank that guy for inspiring me. Keep up with those kind of videos and I will keep up with these. Yeah, back to the subject though. Roland Orzabal, he made some very valid points, that dude. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was just like a video. You're like, you know, like you imagine Snoop Dogg's hotel room. That's how Two Live Hotel was. We just walked in and Nintendo 64 and man, and they had a table. Like we thought we had a table of activities for that dude to come hang out with us. I guess after he seen our activities, he thought, yo, let me show y'all. You know, he got to know us, thought we were cool. He invited us upstairs. Then I seen like a Tony Montana table of activities. But that's my one hang out with Two Live Crew story. It was fun. Anyways, here we are, Andrew, because you know the area. Here we are at my normal stop area just before I get to Brentwood, Old Hickory and 65. Hopefully I'm not too big of a YouTuber. Somebody's not stream sniping me. But that was a good story, and I do appreciate all inspirations come in all different ways. Hopefully we can keep it up this way. Okay. Much love to you guys. Now I can look at the camera. Can't always look at the camera. Much love, K-Dog and the Doghouse Report. Love you, K-Dog. All right. What didn't you mean? Did you put yourself in timeout, Josh? You're not supposed to use that rent. And Brother Brad, peace, love, Volkswagen Grease. Last cup call. Well, Not really. This is his first cup. I drank my cup by the 24 ounces. But I gotta go. This red light is the end of the tunnel. So if you didn't get to see and you want to hear my story of hanging out with Two Live Crew in Tampa after partying at Ybor City like a teenager, early 20s. Peace, love, Volkswagen Grease. Much love around the globe. Thanks for supporting me on my Patreon, on my Spreadshirt. And anybody who tries to watch every single video, and anybody who watches any video. And Andrew, hit me up. You know? I know Sunday I might have plans to meet another certain YouTuber that might